Lou, last Sunday we were both at the Mahalia Jackson High School looking at the Independence Calypso competition. Well, I was there last year, and I must say that we had a bigger crowd last year, but the comments I've heard about the Calypsonians have been very positive. People have been saying that the standard have remained high again this year.
I would agree with that, even though I wasn't around for the show last year. But I mean, we could very well gauge it against other competitions of dealing with that kind of subject, and I thought it was a pretty good show indeed. Calypsos were very good.
All right, and actually, you got a surprise there yourself when you were called on stage to crown the Calypso monarch, who's Peter Humphrey, and we'll be looking at him in a while. But the acknowledgement you got was quite commendable, I must say, too. I mean, Lou is still alive.
No, seriously though, I was pleasantly surprised with the sort of welcome and that I got when Derek mentioned that within the audience is this gentleman called Lou Smith, and I am sure that I would not have known everybody there, but I guess many more people would have known me than me knowing them, and it was really tremendous. I felt very happy indeed, and I take it the crowd was mostly Grenadian, so I felt somewhat at home again. And then later on in the evening, being able to meet some of them whom I haven't seen for a number of years, and of course names I couldn't even remember. You say, but you remember we used to be down so and so place? Yes, but oh yeah, I remember you quite well now, and things like that. But all in all, I was very happy indeed with that sort of reception.
You came on stage and made a little speech about your travels to Taiwan, and you went back to have a seat, and you thought, that was it. Only to realize that Derek went to have something more in store for you.
Yeah, you surprised me.
You were called on stage to crown the Independence Grenada Calypso monarch for 1992. And let's look at you now as you approach Peter Humphrey. Here is Lou, coming up now, shaking Peter's hands. And here he is, putting the crown on Peter's head. And you really wanted to stick that crown on his head there.
Well, I noticed at times that in crowning people, the crown falls. And I think that's a bad sign. So I wanted to ensure that didn't happen at all. I wanted to ensure it didn't happen at all.
I hear you. To tell you a secret, backstage, I think Peter Humphrey was trying something. Peter Humphrey came backstage, and we, the other Calypsonians, because I was competing in that competition too, we offered him a drink. And he said, boy fellas, I'm on doctor's orders, and I ain't drinking nothing tonight. I've taken it easy. I've followed the doctor's orders. I think he was following the orders of his manager and his crew. But he really had a great performance. That's Peter Humphrey, who comes from Birch Grove in Grenada, and one of the stalwart performers in the business. His brother Unlucky won the Calypso title in the early 1970s and is now based in England. But we got Peter Humphrey live at the Mahalia Jackson doing his Independence Calypso tune for 1992. Here he is, Peter.
No, massa. No, massa. No, massa. No, massa. No, massa. Da 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 da. Europeans took us from Africa, land us in an island called Grenada. From the time we land, we working tirelessly to make sure our masters become wealthy. They rape and they scrape till everything done. Then they pack up their bags and back to Europe they run. Our only means of survival is walk and build back the land. And the book of sayings and proverbs they left us made us understand that we have to work together hand in hand. Strive to build a better land. We must walk at a steady pace to build an economic base. Work together, you and me. Help to build back the country. Just like the old book of Proverbs said, by the sweat of thy brow, thou shalt eat bread. By the book, you gotta work. By the book, you gotta work. By the book, you gotta work. By the book, You gotta work by the book. We have to redefine education. What the British taught us was very wrong. If your child turn out to be a teacher, a doctor, or a lawyer, we treat him like a dunce. He is a failure. That's why we have so much poor leadership. We selecting our leaders by academics, ignoring the knowledge of the common man on the street. Is a lesson we learning by experience. Common sense make before book sense. That's why we must work together hand in hand. Strive to build a better land. We ain't have oil, gold or silver to push tourism and agriculture. Work together, you and me. Help to build back the country. The book of Proverbs pointed out bold. Not everything that glitters is gold. By the book, we gotta work. 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 By the book. Politicians come and go constantly. Yet is the same pressure they're giving we. All they do is fight against each other for more power, leaving the poor masses there to suffer. Begging Uncle Sam, lending from the IMF, putting the country deeper and deeper in debt. They are not very resourceful. The book of Proverbs should be the tool. It will forever chant. You got to use what you got to get what you want. That's why we must work together hand in hand. Strive to build a better land. We can't sit down on our bottoms and depend on aid from the foreign lands. Work together, you and me. One thing that we must learn. Mother have, father have. Blessed is the country that have its own. We gotta work by the book. We gotta work by the book. Baba. Dee na dee na 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 na. Looking for greater opportunities. Some of us migrate to foreign countries like England, Canada, and USA, looking for higher education and better pay. Spread the word to the people that you see. Encourage them to vacation in your country. Whether wealth or education, come back and invest in your land. No matter where you roam, remember charity begins at home. That's why we must work together hand in hand. Strive to build a better land. Grenadians living far away still have an important part to play. Work together, you and me. Help to build back the country. Dear Grenada, thou art my land. And deep in my heart, I pledge myself to thee. Yes.
We had to work, badam, badam, bada. But he ain't talking about retiring at all.
Well, that will come.
Oh, yes, a great performance there from Peter Humphrey. And all kudos to him for winning the Calypso Independence Monarch for 1992.
Yeah, once again, I want to congratulate him, and I wish he'll keep on singing songs like that particular one. And probably right here we can also say that back in mainland Grenada, Eggies retained the Independence Calypso title he won last year.
Well, all congratulations to Mr. Edwin Thompson, the Eggies, from us. You know, CultureShare has a lot of viewers, and you know, since the beginning we've had ardent followers who've kept with us every Saturday upon every Saturday. One of those viewers goes by the name of George McLeish. He and his dear wife, June McLeish, formerly June Johnson, and they both had a daughter, the first one, both of them, which was born just last Friday. Now, CultureShare would like to wish both Georgie, as we call him, and June all the best, and hope that the daughter will grow into a prosperous young lady. And just a little bit of trivia here. June, as Georgie's wife, happens to be the sister-in-law of Lou.
Yeah, that's correct.
You married the bigger sister.
Yeah, the biggest sister got married to me.
Anyhow, we'd like to wish Georgie and his wife and the newborn baby all the best. And we say, hip, hip, hip. Congratulations! That's a drunken side we have there.
All in spirit.
Right, good. Our next performer is a Caribbean stalwart.
He comes from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and man, I think he's won the Road March title in that country more than any other individual. This is Beckett.
Tribute to Don Bob. I went down on his bed, a bounce up with the lane. She know from Port of Spain, for Vincy Mass again, by Ricky Discotheque. That's where we start to pet. When Bishman start to jam, she hold me by me hand. I want soca, give me soca. Sweet soca, this is soca. Soca music sweet, I really like it beat. When I go to flex, it's soca till I wet. Check panorama. Every step we walk is endless soca talk. Becky, I must repeat, I love my soca still. When antennas roll, I just lose control. I want soca. Give me soca, sweet soca. Dreamy soca, soca music sweet. I really like it beat. From now until I dead, it's soca in my head. Oh God.
I remember when Beckett Cyrus came out with his first album over 10 years ago with some 12 tunes on it with arrangements by the late Art Decoto. Since then he has migrated to the US of A in Brooklyn and has been working with Frankie McIntosh for most of the times. And that was one of the productions coming out of Frankie McIntosh's Wizardry Fingers. I Want Soca at the Flamingo Inn from the Beckett. We'll be right back with much more action for you right off.